Let's take you to this now. It's a culinary experience called the Blue Table, which returns with a feast of memory and color. In Sandton, the event sees 7 women come together to share dishes that tell the stories of their families and heritage. Each plate on the 7 Colors Feast celebrates identity, dignity, and South Africa's Sunday table tradition. Katleho Sekhotho is there, brings us more about the delightful experience. Katleho, tell us, is it several colors or is it 7 colors?
A very good afternoon, Mr. Mdluli. It's 7 colors, and it's that celebration of eating 7 colors in South Africa on a Sunday. You know, that meal that makes up all the different veggies and starches in a South African dish on a Sunday, bringing together families and friends. And so today's event is called the Blue Table, and it's a curated experience in which the public were invited to come through and enjoy meals, but considering storytelling behind those meals. And I want to speak to one such person, actress, poet and writer, Lebogang Mashile, to give us more. She is involved. Yes. Lebo, tell us about your involvement in this project and what is it about?
So I'm one of 7 women influencers who were curated, as you said, to create a menu. And through that menu, we were invited to speak about how food connects to our history, our identity, our community, our humanity. So this is a way of getting us to unpack actually the values that each of us work on or express in our work as storytellers, as influencers, as feminists, women who are working in media, women in entertainment, activists, but using food as the vehicle to explore what it is that what matters to us and what we stand for. And it's so beautiful because with food, it just happens organically. Food is intimate. Food is physical. You have to be in proximity to each other in order to eat together. So we're sitting here now, we're having conversations about politics, about culture, about the economy. It is beautiful. And with strangers, I mean, strangers who become friends, you know, next to friends who were once strangers. It's actually quite amazing. Yes. It's a beautiful experience. And I think in an era where so many people are feeling so isolated and where there's so much conversation about how digital media is actually taking us away from third spaces and physical interaction, to use social media as the platform to be able to create these kind of intimate experiences is unique and quite beautiful.
Yes. Yeah. Now, Lebo, when one considers a traditional South African home on a Sunday,
yes,
7 colors,
yes,
what do you think of? What comes to mind for you?
Yes. Oh, nakanahana mukopu, beetroot, spinach, ledombolo, rice, stew, chicken. I mean, that you literally must see 7 colors on a plate. I think when we see that food, whether it's at Sunday lunch or at a funeral or at Christmas or at a birthday, it says somebody was intentional, somebody thought about me, somebody thought about creating a beautiful experience. When I see that food, I think this is South Africa. This is what love on a plate at home looks like. And I mean, it's a lot of work. You know how it is. I mean, these days, you know, 7 colors is actually quite special because every day, it takes too much time to prepare. So when we do experience it, you know that a lot of effort has gone into that. A lot of preparation has gone into that. I feel like, you know, and I know that, I mean, the story of food is also influenced by history, by our colonialism. What we eat is not necessarily what our ancestors ate. We don't know because of how our history and the dynamics in South Africa actually literally shaped the landscape and what we eat, you know. Yes. But I think when we look at 7 colors, even if the origin of 7 colors come from, you know, Spain via the colonial world, how this food ended up in our country, whether it came from Latin America or Spain or India, it's us now. It's who we are.
Yeah. We'll leave it there for now.
Thank you.
Thank you. So there you have it, Mr. Mdluli, a meal prepared with love and storytelling behind the meal, where people from different backgrounds coming together and sharing a meal and having great conversations. And that is what the Blue Table is all about.